guys, Happy Jean here, and welcome back to my room. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the top 10 lessons that I learned from the movie Hello, Love, Goodbye. Starring Catherine Bernardo, Alden Richards, directed by my favorite Filipino director, Direct Kathy Garcia Molina. So for those of you who do not know Miss Kathy, she directed One More Chance, House of Us, and so I watched this movie yesterday with Leia and Doreen. Here's our ticket. And we really enjoyed it. Before I even begin telling you the 10 things that I learned from the movie, I'm just gonna say some few things about the synopsis or whatnot, but not the entire thing. So for those who have not watched the movie, please do not blame me for, giving you some spoilers or whatnot, because it's your discretion if you're gonna continue or not. Okay, so this is a story about Ethan and Joy. Ethan is played by Alden Richards and Joy is played by Catherine Bernardo. They have two different stories, but they both work in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is a very strict country. You're not allowed to have like side works or extra work jobs aside from the job description that you applied for. So if you're a domestic helper, which Joy is in the story, you cannot have any other jobs. Joy here is a nursing graduate, and Ethan, it's not clearly mentioned there, but his brother said something about he's supposed to mix chemicals, not drinks, because Ethan here is a bartender. So what brought them together was Joy's fear. This story is a question about giving up everything for the one you love, or giving up your love for her everything, for her to achieve her dreams. So let's go ahead and tackle out the 10 things I learned from this movie. First, we are selfish. We do things for our loved ones for our own sake. We might not know it because we always say, I'll do everything to make you happy. I want to make you happy because your happiness is my happiness. And if you're gonna read between the lines of what you said, you're selfish. You make them happy for them to be happy, because if they're happy, you're happy. It's gonna go back to yourself, and that makes you selfish. But hey, there's nothing wrong with being selfish as long as you are making everyone happy. It's like a win-win situation. 2, time is a dictator. It gives you deadlines, short deadlines for complex tasks. Enjoy situation just 4 months, and then it seemed like a very short time for her to fill in 50% of what she needs to pay everything that she needs for documents, permits to go to Canada. Can't stop the time, but it definitely can stop us. Whenever we want something to get over with, time is so slow. But if you want something to stay, like a person, like if you want to live in that moment and just, it's so fast. It controls us. And it makes us feel dead inside while we're still alive and kicking. 3, be proactive. We may end up doing the same mistakes over and over again, but it's up to us to write what's going to happen in the next page of our story. Will you have the same action to the same situation if you knew that the first step didn't work? It's okay if you make the same mistakes. Don't worry about it. What matters is your next action. Consider all the fallbacks, lessons, or guides for your next decision. Time will come, no matter how short or how long the time is. But I assure you, time will come that you will find the right solution to that same problem. 4, all or nothing. I remember that part when Ethan said, just love 100%. It's all or nothing. If you hold back, then what's the use of loving a person? If it's not 100%, it's not love. Don't stress yourself out every day thinking if your partner will stay with you or if your partner is cheating on you. You know, just keep loving. Whatever the consequence is, just keep loving. Keep trusting. Keep having faith in people, in the goodness of people. 5. Be proud of who you are, no matter what. A lot of people are underemployed, not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Just like Joy in the story. Joy was a nurse in the Philippines, but in Hong Kong, she was a domestic helper. And then I remember this moment in the bus where she had a chance encounter with her ex, who happens to be with his wife who's pregnant, and they were there in Hong Kong for a tour, like a late honeymoon. She admitted that she was a domestic helper, and that's okay. I was so proud of her because in the other movies, no, characters won't do that. I really like her. Sometimes that's the most practicable way to have a better chance of achieving what you really want. She waited until her contract is finished as a domestic helper so she could save up for her to be a nurse. 6. You can be more. Don't decide on things to be permanent because change is inevitable. Just be patient. You don't need to rush diving into your career pool just to be drowned along the way. Because for real, it's not really a pool, but a vast ocean of nothingness. You dived so deep that there's no way of getting out of it. You'll be drowning until your last breath. But hey, don't lose hope. Be patient. Use the remaining oxygen in your body. Slowly but surely, you'll get out of there. Because truly, you don't need to swim to your dream. All you need to do is climb that mountain. Climb the peak of the mountain. Reach the top of it and place your mark on it. 7. Take risks. Safe is boring. There's no harm in having a little fun, especially when you're at a great place. Get out of your comfort zone. Well, you don't really need to spend a lot of money to have fun. Enjoy the cheap thrills. Go to a park, go to a museum. We are so busy looking at our phones, thinking about what we're gonna do next, thinking about the next agenda, thinking about the next step, the plan, the next timeline. We are so busy that we forget the little things. We forget to spend time with family and friends. We forget to see the smiles in their faces. We forget to see the spark in their eyes. You forget those things. You know, sometimes it's not gonna do you any harm to have a day off from your distress. Have a detox sometimes. Social media detox, phone detox, work detox. Do things like that. It'll be easier. 8. Joy is here. Why are we looking for happiness outside wherever we are if, you know, we can bring happiness to the people around us, to the place that we're living in? See, we always prepare for the future to the extent that we forget to live in the present. Some people pack their bags and go from one country to another, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If your goal is to explore and learn, you're saving up experiences, and that's the best thing. But if your goal is to find happiness, dude, girl, no, stop. You can't find happiness anywhere else in the world. There's no such thing as a magical place on earth that will make you happy. You see, the truth is, you and you alone are the key to your own happiness. 9. Love yourself. I know, for those people who already knew me, it's very hypocrite of me to say love yourself to other people, because I myself am having trouble with loving myself. Even Joy in the movie. But this is one of the things I learned from that movie, and I'm so proud that I came up with this one. It's difficult to love fully when you don't even love yourself. There's nothing you can give if you don't have anything. We have so many insecurities and fears. Now, there's no clear guide on how to really love yourself. There are lots of books, blogs, ebooks that you can read on. Go ahead, read them all. You're just gonna end up staring at yourself at the mirror, because clearly there's a thin line between loving yourself and being a narcissist. So be careful, okay? I think that you already love yourself if you can fully face people with confidence, without comparing yourself to others, without thinking about your imperfections or insecurities. It's true. At times, you need to isolate yourself from others. You need to leave your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to meet a stranger and just lay out your biography in front of them. They won't mind listening. It's okay. There's no judgment after all. Believe me, loving yourself is all worth it. And when you're ready, you can fully love someone. 10! And last of all, the beginning is the end. Now, we may have plans for ourselves, but if we keep on planning and planning, you're just gonna end up where you started. I end up unemployment, and then I start at another school, and then when I'm not okay with this school, I resign and I jump to another school, and now I'm in another country. So I always end up at square one. Learn from me, guys. Learn from me. But don't be so down. It's okay, because all ends are beginnings. A start of something new, something fresh. Something about life. It's a cycle. A cycle with a fixed beginning and a fixed ending. And it's up to you to stuff the middle with something worth remembering for. So I hope you learned from me. This is me again, Happy Jean. XOXO.